The roles played in families cards are the very first cards that I made, and Hannah's now going to explore what happened in her childhood, and first thing I'm going to do is take her through the cards and show her what is available, if you like. And the first set of cards are going to be the rescuers. I roughly base them on the drama triangle, persecutor, victim, rescuer, on transactional analysis, parent, adult, child, all kinds of formative things that have been in my mind. And I wanted to keep the roles as simple as possible, the language as simple as possible, free from jargon. Some people say that they don't particularly like having the categories. That's absolutely fine. Just get your Tipp-Ex and take anything out as your cards. You do what you like with them and just see how you go with it. But I'm going to use the originals with Hannah in this demonstration. So first of all, as I said, Hannah, we're going to go through the cards and so you can see what's what. And your mind will probably be starting to roll as you think again, under teens, what life was like.
Okay.
We're going to imagine there's a stage and it's called the Hannah family drama.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the characters that step onto the stage, and that'll be your mum, your dad, you and your sister. Grandparents maybe, it depends how far you want to go with this. Now, at first glance, when you think about you, do any of these resonate with you?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this one, definitely.
So shall we take that one?
We'll take that one.
Yeah.
Okay, shall I put it here?
Yeah, and I'm going to give you a me card.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
So this is me now.
Okay. I think I would be this as
Mummy's
well.
little
You know, I
helper.
would help, not disappoint. Definitely feel that as my role as well.
The peacemaker.
Peacemaker. I've often felt like a peacemaker in my, and I don't
Interesting.
know why, but it's there in my childhood.
Were there a lot of arguments and
No,
disagreements?
not in particularly in my immediate family, with my mum, dad and sister, but maybe sort of wider family or other things. There was sort of some things going on,
Something
and I
going
felt
on.
like I was the peacemaker. I'm the eldest of all the grandchildren,
Ah.
and I think it was sort of
The firstborn.
that sense of responsibility.
That's a whole other thing, the firstborn.
Uh,
As you look at these cards, would you say that anybody else in your family played these roles?
I mean, my dad was also the peacemaker, definitely.
Okay. So we'll put your dad alongside that one.
Absolutely. And I think my mum would have probably been the nurse.
Okay. So put her up there.
Yeah.
I'm going to put your father with his own peacemaker card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, that's fine.
So there's not a huge amount of rescuing going on in your family by the looks of it.
No, that's true.
Okay, so we're going to look at the next section, which are the entertainers. And this is a role that's adopted, usually to, let's go through the cards. So these are the duplicates. I'll just put those down in case we need them. Remember, you get 2 of every card in your starter kit, and you can make as many copies as you like. Any bells ringing here?
Yes, they're, I think, strong. I think I would take that one.
You're going to have that one.
I think for my dad, I'd say that. It was a family friend, and she was quite important.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Why don't you put her name on there, and then if she's a key player in your family.
Okay.
All right then, so Diane.
So we put that here. Now, my sister was the entertainer.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the role she played or just generally she was She was given that role sometimes.
Oh, now that's interesting.
Okay.
Because either
Rise
we
and House.
adopt the role
Yeah.
to survive, or we get given the role.
Okay.
So I would definitely
say,
put that with
okay,
her
that
if I
goes
may,
on her.
if I
Yeah,
pop her there.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I'm not sure about Happy, whether I took that, but I wasn't really encouraged to have any problems, you know. That was a tricky one. I'll leave that because I don't think it quite fits. Yeah.
Are we done?
Done?
In my family, my sister was definitely the hero. I tried to be the entertainer. We both had to
I've
be
just
super,
seen this. I
yeah,
forgot this one. Yeah, sorry.
superstar.
Yeah, that was definitely on my shoulders.
Was it on your sister's shoulders as well, or was this firstborn stuff again?
I think it was the firstborn. It was that sense of you achieve, you do your best, you know.
Yeah.
Real...
Isn't that interesting? These are, again, roles that are adopted because for one reason or another they worked or they were put onto you, that you ended up being scapegoated or you felt invisible. Any thoughts on this, Hannah?
Well, I think I was given... I think I felt like I was given some of these roles. Yeah. I don't know if I've always said it. See, I was given that occasionally through labelling.
Okay.
So I'll take that.
You'll take that.
Yeah. And I think I took that sometimes.
To be invisible.
To be invisible, which is sort of linked to here. But it was saying, don't be noticed, don't make a scene,
don't make a scene, don't make waves.
Yeah.
Don't rock the boat.
Absolutely, yeah. And also don't show off. So there was a sense of, it was like actually being visible. Don't celebrate yourself.
So these weren't played by anybody else in your family?
I think maybe my mum, but only later on once Dad had died, you see.
Okay.
That's when... Shall I put that on?
Well, yes, it's
quite important.
we do look at later relationships, but
okay, I think maybe that
may
one
have been there as well.
Yeah. Maybe.
So not so many helpless roles there, but a few you begin to look at your childhood in a slightly different way.
So I think that would go here.
Diane's quite a player, isn't she?
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Quite a key role. And my mum and Diane were very good friends.
Okay.
So
got it.
Okay. There is, I think, the sense of mum being maybe fragile as well.
Yeah.
I feel that I'm some of these, but maybe more just verging on early teens.
That's fine.
Is that okay?
That's absolutely fine.
I then became very much a quiet rebel, but I was a rebel, quietly. And I was also sulk. I think when I was a teenager I would sulk if I didn't get my own way, or I didn't feel that I was being heard and listened to.
Okay.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Dad, sister,
I
mum?
don't know whether my sister... Yes, you see, I think my sister would give me this one.
She would give you that. Interesting.
Yeah. And maybe my mum would give me that one.
Yeah. I can do no wrong. I am the golden girl. Do you think, as we look back now at the core needs cards, there was something there that you had to be the one who didn't make mistakes?
Exactly.
Because a lot of the roles come out of any deficit in the core needs. So we would be looking at what you did to compensate for not having your needs met in those key areas of I'm okay no matter what I do, I'm accepted, I need to belong, I need to be able to have feelings and so on. Yeah. Does that make sense?
It really does.
We're progressing now to what you did to make up in your childhood for those deficits.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then I probably would give my sister that one.
The escape artist.
So kind of the opposite of
Yeah.
taking responsibility.
Well,
and
she got away with
she's-
it. Interesting.
Yeah. You know, I'm feeling that there was a sense of that
Mm.
with Diane. She had quite a strong, dominating force,
Mm.
and I feel like that came across, and it would dominate my mum and then me.
Hmm.
So I think that's it.
That's
Mhm.
it. Okay. I'm fascinated by Diane. She
Yeah.
seems to have been. Was she an on-stage player or an off-stage player? When you think of the drama.
Yeah, off stage.
Yeah.
Off stage player, but very powerful.
So she was influenced. I like the way you did it. She influenced your mother, who influenced you.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, very key person in my upbringing.
I can hear that.
We'd go around there after school. She was in my church. There was that key influence. And this is where I felt, I think I was given this by her and given one of them, this.
Silent witness and invisible.
It often, I felt that. And in life, I feel sometimes I've been given, well, you don't have a voice. Don't make any issues. And the sense of my sister being, do whatever you like.
Do what you get. Yes.
You can get away with everything.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm. So I've worked hard on shaking some of these up. Definitely.
It's interesting because sometimes the patterns in families are very clear, so that you have mum's a nurse, you're a nurse, and your sister's a nurse or whatever.
Okay.
Those aren't so evident
No.
in this one, but you and your father were both peacemakers.
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, and I think he probably would have had that. Actually, but he probably would have had good boy, good girl.
Boy. Well, let's give him that then.
The strong as well.
And this happens as you begin to go through. You realise that you make more connections, and you to have the cards handy to go back to. Just can I have a look at those again and just think